when you are looking at resumes, what are you looking for?
So there's two, and I think and half of it probably won't be as useful for this audience. Like we do go into communities and we try and hire people with a lot of experience, right? Folks who have 10, 15 years of experience. We've hired out of newswires, out of metropolitan dailies. We've hired out of television stations, NPR, people who know their way around the community and can really write with authority when we launch this newsletter. But then we love pairing them with younger reporters. And on that, it's really, and it sounds like as a hiring manager, this sounds so self-serving, but it's just hustle and curiosity, right? Like we start in Axios Local with 2 people covering a city, and you know what? We could barely do it if we had 100. And so people who are just incredibly passionate about this job, who incredibly want to work hard. I like to tell people, how did I get my job as a White House correspondent at Bloomberg? I spent a year volunteering for the Saturday shift. And so when they had an opening, they knew that I could do it. And so that was a great way to get in and becoming part of a regular covering the White House. And so I think that kind of energy, that kind of curiosity, you just have to love it, right? Like I tell people, if you wanted to work 9 to 5 or something, there's plenty of other jobs. But like this is news. It's so much more fun than that. And if you have that kind of passion, you'll realize that like a story is breaking, like this is all I want to do right now. And I think that kind of passion and curiosity, just like when that jumps off in the Zoom interview, that's what we love.
Jen, how about you?
I am looking for a lot of the same things. I'm looking for people who are curious and who will demonstrate hustle. And, you know, when I speak to people, and this is just a little thing. I know that for some organizations, they don't want cover letters. I read every single cover letter. I sometimes skip the resume because if somebody writes a cover letter, they're able to communicate why they think they should be working at my organization. And so for me, I spend a lot of time reading every single cover letter to get a sense of like, does this person have a sense of, you know, what we do, or do they have some ideas that I haven't heard before? Or it's like, oh, actually, I've been thinking about that same thing. So I am looking for people who have a lot of enthusiasm and will say like, you know what, if I see something weird happening on the street I walk on, I'm curious about it. I will try to find out. And that might mean, you know, for a reporter to say like, yes, I will go wake up at 2 a.m. to go and see what the police are doing in terms of like taking the homeless people out of the subway stations. And volunteering to do Saturday and Sunday work, while it seems like a drudge. And it's also like very similar to working in a smaller market. There's so many opportunities because there are usually fewer people there and you can get your hands on anything. So it's about people who are willing to raise their hand and say like, I will do that. I really want the opportunity. And we are also looking for people with a lot of different skills. Like I would say, you know, 5 or 10 years ago, you're looking for people with a lot of, you know, very specific experience, but a lot of the tools that we use today, like being able to cut audio or video, people are now using in their everyday lives to communicate with their friends or having their own podcasts. And so there are sometimes people who are coming to us right out of college who have skills that no one in our newsroom has. And that's really appealing to bring in people who have different perspectives and can give us something new. So I would say, you know, be your own best advocate. I'm sure your mom and dad say that all the time, but really, you know, tell me why you're different and why you're also hungry to be at this place.